Another question, Tom, that we get asked, or at least we should get asked probably more often than we do. I think many clients probably are afraid to ask it because of what our answer might be. How much should clients expect to go over budget on their contract price? Because most people come in with a big number in their head because of past construction projects. So do you just want to chat a little bit about that?
Yeah, we hear that often from a number of different fronts, and then we also know that our clients are sometimes thinking that without maybe bringing it up in a conversation or mentioning it. We hear it from past clients. We hear it from soon-to-be clients about just friends, other relatives that have maybe built and run into the issue. We hear it from some independent interior designers, architects, you name it. Like, the industry kind of has this feeling that you're gonna go over budget, especially when you're building a custom home. The numbers, we hear all kinds of ranges of what that expectation should be. I would say a lot of times it's at least 10%, if not quite a bit more than that. I would just ask you as a potential client or a future client to really dig in with the builder that you're talking to make sure that the expectation you have for the build and how they do things up front match your expectation. When we're talking about that pre-construction conversation with clients, when we're bidding a project, we're gonna put in exactly what you want. So if you want a really cool tongue and groove ceiling with beamwork, we're gonna have that included in your price. That's not an after the fact, we forgot about this add-on. And I think sometimes builders try to win projects by falsely giving a low number, knowing that it actually will cost more. They're gonna shoot you a low number, make it sound good. If you're talking to multiple builders, make it sound better than the other ones. And guess what? Once you sign that piece of paper, the reality sets in and everything is a change order. Everything's over your allowances. And that's really where the horror stories of construction come from, of a massive overage at the end of the project. Everything we do is to make sure that never happens. Often we're within, like, I would say 1.5% of our contract price. After all the selections have been made, maybe we spend a little more here, save a little there. We're really close to that 1% very frequently. So you shouldn't have to be planning for, a 10, 20, 25% overage on the contract price that we're signing. If everyone set that expectation up front, had good conversations about what the finish is, the expectations, what's included, what's not, and everyone follows through with that part of the conversation.
Yeah, I think it is an interesting conversation to have with clients, and a lot of people come in very scared that we have a lot of projects that actually come in under budget. That's not because we've changed the scope of work. It's just we do try to make sure that we're very close to the contract price at the end of projects. And you might ask if that makes our price look higher, maybe from the beginning. And sure, I know for certain that we've lost projects to builders who are less transparent than we are and who are probably less honest than we are. And that's okay, because we want to win the projects that clients see the value in transparency and honesty. And
I think it's a lot more fun at the end of the project when clients are, overwhelmed with just how beautiful their home turns out, how great their experience was, and that the numbers match what we set forth from the beginning, versus having those really dreaded numbers conversations and financial conversations. It's a lot more fun for us to get to the end of the project and have hugs, stay in touch, and kind of become friends with our clients. And I think that speaks a lot to just that expectation being set up front and just following through with it on our end.
And then I think another component about the pre-construction process and spending plenty of time there to make sure that, I guess, all of our ducks are in a row is we work with interior design teams, and just the more of that work that can be done up front definitely does help to solidify the overall design, the scope of work, and to make sure that that pricing is included in the project. So the more of that work that can be done up front does help to kind of manage expectations for the clients, but then also it allows us to price more of the definitive selections that are to come.